I'm making soup. Like, who makes soup when they don't even know what kind of soup they're gonna make? I just started cutting up vegetables. I think I'm gonna do cream of celery. This is celery and diced onion. I used a whole and a half onion and a bunch of garlic. I love celery. I actually ate some with peanut butter and raisins. I think they call it ants on a log. My kids were looking at me like I was crazy. Watch, they'll be eating it in a week. Everything they make fun of me for, they end up doing themselves. Let's talk while I make my seasoning mix. I actually just got an email. Someone bought me an item off of my store. I have a Walmart registry, which I didn't even know was a thing until I was in someone's live, and they like to buy her snacks and stuff. And I was like, a registry? Oh well, shoot! I'm gonna get a registry, and it's got stuff for the house, body wash, cleaning supplies, and vitamins. And I did a video about I made a doctor's appointment. I finally might go this time. I did not go. It's like I walk myself through social situations mentally. And the whole 4 months that I've been trying to go to this doctor's appointment, I always walk myself through the morning. I walk myself in my mind up to the doctor's appointment. I walk to the waiting room, but it stops there. The day of my appointment, I failed to continue the walkthrough in my mind because this is what I do before I go to social places, before I go anywhere so that I can be mentally prepared. And I mentally walked myself, you get weighed and everything, and then you're in there waiting. And then I got mentally up to the point where the doctor started to touch me. And I was like, I'm not going to this appointment. I never stopped to think that far. Well, let me go salt this. I don't know. I never stopped to think that far ahead. And when I pictured him touching me, I said, I'm not going to this appointment. You might as well just go on and cancel it right now. I'm not going. So I didn't go. I'm not going to do too much with the seasoning. I know that I'd like to get my system cleaned out, so I'm going to put some chili powder in here probably. I really don't need too much. I'm going with a lot of green stuff and anti-inflammatory stuff. So we're definitely going to do a little bit of turmeric and get some black pepper up in here. They're telling me I don't need any ground mustard, but you know I love ground mustard. I won't put that ground mustard up in there. I just won't put a lot. Black pepper always goes with turmeric to unlock its benefits. I started using turmeric because it helps with depression. But a lot of the seasonings and a lot of the herbs that I use are anti-inflammatory, which helps me very much because I have a lot of those issues. I've got nerve damage from a car accident, all types of stuff, but that's okay because I use food to heal myself physically and mentally. Everything is so purposeful now. I have so many weird food reactions. There's so many things that I cannot have. It makes my stomach bloat, it makes me sad. So now, I've started to put oregano in all my vegetables. It's so good. I grew up only having oregano in tomato sauce, but it's so much more. It just brings such a nicer, I don't know. It just gives a nice flavor to your food. I've started eating mainly vegetables roasted in the oven. A lot. And I've cut that. Rice is another thing I can't have. My son wants me to try quinoa, so I'm going to do that. Never had it, but I looked it up and it said that and olives were sacred foods of the gods. So, and olives came up in my reading a lot. So I'm going to start. I do eat olives, but I switch back to using olive oil more. I'm just following the signs. I just feel like I'm in a constant state of prayer and trying to stay grounded and present so that I don't fall back into depression or a constant worry about the future. So staying present helps me mentally, and I need spirit. I need my ancestors. I need nature to empower me because I don't have enough drive on my own. I don't have enough energy on my own. So I have to kind of utilize the energy that's around me. And that's why I stay so close to plants. I stay close to my kids and spirit, my crystals, the sunlight. These are all things that help me stay in good spirits and remember what matters. This is smelling really good. I'm going to go ahead and throw my seasonings in at this point, and then I'm going to go make my broth. I know a lot of people buy pre-made broths, but my body does not like anything pre-made, nothing processed. I have a problem digesting flours. I can't have any meats. I can't have any dairy. I pretty much live off of nuts, fruits, and vegetables. And I love bread, but I have to, honestly, I need to start trying different breads because I thought it was just the white flour that makes my stomach swell, but wheat flour makes my stomach swell as well. It's so not funny. There's so many things that I can't have, but that's another reason I started cooking. One, because when I was younger, I started cooking because I didn't, well, yeah, that is why I started cooking, because nobody made the food that I liked. I wasn't a meat eater. Everybody ate meat. It always grossed me out. It never agreed with my body. And no one made the foods that I made. I like very creamy food. I like salty, sweet, spicy with creaminess. And I like my vegetables crunchy but soft and charred. Like, I have a very specific way that I want my food to taste, and no one makes the food like that. So I've been cooking my whole life. I like food my way, you know. And I'm always that person that gets made fun of for being different, but then people start doing what I'm doing. Like, this is what it looks like with the seasoning. I love this Dutch oven. It's perfect for making soups. This is for my compost that I'm starting next month. This is the container. It used to have my rice in it because, you know, we buy rice 100 pounds at a time from the bodega because we get it for $1 a pound. But right now, this is what I'm processing my cocoa coir substrate in, because you have to add water to it and break it down. It comes in bricks. So once I get my next delivery of cocoa coir, break it down, that's when I'll be able to drill holes in the side of it and start my compost, because it's going to take 3 to 4 months for me to be able to use that soil. Then I'm going to mix that with the cocoa coir and whatever I grow next, because I'm trying to grow lemon trees right now, but none of them germinated. So I'm going to try a different process, and then we'll see what's up with that. And then I do want to do some more tomato plants, but we'll see what we can grow. Maybe some cucumbers next time. Ooh, or maybe strawberries. And these are all the bags that I'm keeping of our cuttings, so we can put it in the compost. And honestly, I really like this natural recycling because the trash is a lot less funky. I don't eat meat, but the kids do. If they have any leftovers from meat, I make them take it outside. I do not let anything with blood or bones sit in my house overnight. Take that outside, baby. They not, lower level entities are not going to be feeding on that in my house. That has to go outside. Bones, blood, skin, all that goes outside. But you know how your trash gets funky because you'll have like eggshells in there or rotting fruit and stuff? I don't have that now because I freeze it and then it's all going in the compost bin. Okay, so to make this broth, it's really just paprika, sea salt, sometimes Himalayan salt. But since I already put Himalayan salt on the vegetables, I'm going to counter it with a different tasting salt. Because you know the pink salt is sweeter. The sea salt is a little bit more bitter. So I like to use both. And did I already put onion powder? I'm just going to put a little bit of onion powder for onion powder. I'm going to put a little bit of onion powder for flavor and paprika and then some hot water, and then that's my broth. The only thing left to do is to measure out my wheat flour to make my roux, and let's get it. Okay, here's our broth. I'm not going to hold you. I usually measure everything out, but I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to go in with some oil. I'm using avocado oil. Then I'm going to go in with some flour, about a cup, because I used, it's about a 1/2 cup or a cup. You're supposed to use equal parts oil and flour. I don't always do that because it doesn't always work out. Depending on what kind of oil, you may need more or less. And if you're using butter, equal parts works a little bit better, but I'm working with oil, so you just have to trial and error like most stuff I do. I'm literally going to let that cook down for like a minute or two, and then I'm going to add my veggie stock. I'd like it to be more aromatic, so I'm going to add some more herbs. I've got thyme, I've got rosemary, which I don't think I've even actually ever used, but it's going in there. Yeah. There we go. Ooh, that smells good. I like that. Okay. Oh, you know what would be good in this? A tiny bit of curry. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny little bit. Okay, now let's go in with our broth. So this is not cream of broccoli because you're supposed to put like milk in that, right? I'm not doing that to my stomach. This is just fine. All right, I made a little slurry. This is the flour and water because this is not getting very thick, which is fine. I didn't measure it out. This will thicken it up. It's no big deal. Because I really didn't want anything too rich, you know? My stomach's already a little off. I don't want it to be too rich. But it needs to have a little bit of body. Okay, this is thickening up nicely. I'm gonna let it simmer. And this is what we have. Our soup is done. It's not cream of celery. It's just regular soup. And I know my kids are going to put this over rice, but this is what I wanted. Just something nice and filling with vegetables that didn't have anything that would hurt my stomach. No noodles, no rice, no nothing. It's just regular soup. It is so flavorful. It's not too salty. It's just absolutely delicious. It tastes creamy, but you know, this will help keep me hydrated and not swollen on the inside. Very happy. Here we go, just a sweet little soup. That's a win, y'all. Celery soup. Well, I count that as a win. That was quick. That didn't take very long at all. It's delicious. It'll feed me and the kids. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I make my own food. I can't order this from anywhere. I couldn't even tell anybody how to make that. I was just like throwing stuff together. Yeah. I knew what I needed, and I know what I wanted, and I know what I have in this kitchen. I'll do it together, and I'm happy. I'm a big fan of making your favorite foods at home. What's your favorite soup to make when you're a little bit under the weather? You have any suggestions of soups that we should try? I've committed to trying new foods this winter. So, I love you. Thank you for spending time with me here in Fury World. If you're interested in checking out my music, it's available under my artist name, The Fury of Abyss, on all music streaming platforms worldwide. I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.